Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. So today is really not a great day for me. So I went to the Home Depot to get some stuff. Was going to do some home repairs, and I got back to my car, tried to turn on, and nothing. So basically, I am trying to figure out what the issue is. It won't crank. I don't hear anything. I turn it on. Everything seems to work fine. Everything seems to work exactly the way it's supposed to work, except my car won't turn over. And I've tried trying to turn my car over, trying to turn on for the last 30 minutes now. I've tried it 15 times. It won't do it. Now, I will say that this is not the first time that this has happened. At least once a month for the last couple of months, I've had this issue where I've turned the key and all I get is nothing, but then I do it about 2 to 3 times and it starts right up again. But this time I do it and nothing happens. And I've done it 15 times already. And at this point, I'm going to stop trying to turn it over. Well, at this point, I'm just troubleshooting at this point because nothing, it's not working. It's not working, all right? It used to just turn on after second or third crank up, and now it's doing nothing. So basically, I thought it may have been a dead battery or whatever, a weak battery. I was at the Home Depot for maybe at most 30-40 minutes. It's daytime. I didn't leave the lights on, but just to be sure, I went out to check on the headlights, see if the beams were shining bright, and it's kind of hard to tell because it's sunny out. But the beams were pretty obviously high. They work. So, trying to figure out what the issue is. It's not the alternator. I know it's not the alternator because my car wasn't on when it died out. So normally the alternator, is the issue if your car dies out when it's on. So my car was completely off. Went back to my car, tried to turn it on, nothing happened. So basically, all the lights work. All the lights on the dash work, not a problem. All my features work. The radio works. The blower motor works. USB ports and everything works. Nothing is out of the ordinary there. But I'm in my car and I just hear a click. I just hear a click when I try to turn it on, and every time I try to turn it on, it's like a click, and it kind of sucks. So it's not the alternator. Now, I did have somebody try to jump the car, I'm completely sure it's not the alternator or the battery at this point because the guy, had it on for about a minute and a half, a minute, 2 minutes, or whatever it is. But if at that point, if the battery was dead or drained, you probably would hear like a slow crank, but I don't hear a slow crank at all. Nothing. It's the same thing. Click, click, click. So at that point, I know the battery is not the battery because I changed the battery about a year and a half ago. So these batteries should last about at least 4 years. I've had batteries last like 5 years or whatever, but it's not the battery, I know for sure. It's not the alternator, I know for sure, because the test for that is turn the car on, the alternator works, you take the cables off, and then alternator dies out. So it's the alternator in that case because the alternator is not charging the system. So then I'm saying to myself, it's the starter. The weird part about this situation is the starter. I've had the starter changed out like about a year and a half ago, and I haven't put that many miles on my car relative to the age of the starter. You know, it's a rebuilt starter that I put in. I got it from AutoZone, and it was installed. I have like 25,000 miles on it. I mean, this starter should last over 100,000, 125, 150,000 miles, or how many times I start the car. But at this point, I don't think it's anything else besides starter, because I was thinking maybe it was the fuse. I was thinking maybe it was the fuse, or maybe it was the relay, but I don't. It's neither the fuse nor the relay. I'm pretty sure of it, because if the relay was dead, I wouldn't hear a click. It wouldn't send anything through to the solenoid. I wouldn't hear a click at all. But the fact that I'm hearing a click pretty much means that there's electricity going to there. And I've had issues where the fuse, the starter fuse blew, or the ECM fuse blew. One of those fuses blew. And pretty much I've had those situations before at least once. And if it was like a blown fuse, most of the time you either get nothing at all in the car, no lights on the dash, no lights, no nothing, nothing, no power whatsoever, or you get at least a crank, but it won't turn over. I mean, those are the two situations that come up as far as fuse is concerned. And in this situation, neither of those things are happening, because I'm not getting cranked, but everything lights up in the car. I mean, that's not like a rule or anything like that, but that's from what my personal experience has been as far as that's concerned. So at this point, I'm kind of stuck here. I'm probably gonna have to call AAA. I do have AAA for you know. Good thing is I do have AAA, but I'm gonna probably try to knock on the starter, because I have a long crowbar, and hopefully I can knock on the starter and see if it does actually turn over. Sometimes you could do that and it does turn over, but a lot of times, like this situation I have right now, I'm just gonna assume my starter is completely dead, because of the previous instances that I've had where I tried to start the car and it didn't start. And that was like, last time I had that situation was maybe like a month ago. And I'm pretty sure that was the starter just trying to, about to go out. And at this point, I'm trying to start the car, and I'm pretty sure that the situation with this is the car is, the starter itself is completely dead. So the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to start the car by bumping the starter a couple of times, see if that actually does anything. I'm hoping it does actually work at least once, so that I can drive home. But you know, doing that, it's always best to have somebody in the car trying to turn on while you're hitting it. And that situation probably worked out for me. Maybe like, well, I can't really tell you that situation has worked as far as bumping the starter and having the car start. I've never had that situation where it's actually worked before. But stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna keep you guys updated, see if I can get this car started. All right, guys. So, all right, just to keep you guys updated on it, I did go out and try to bump the starter, but it didn't work. And nothing happened. Got the same issue. So I did have to call AAA. It took them about an hour to get to me, towed the car. I wasted about 2.5-3 hours because of that. And it was the starter. I did get the starter changed out. Unfortunately, I went back to AutoZone and got another rebuilt starter. I mean, which was something I didn't want to do. I guess new was better, but I've heard situations where a brand new starter, nothing is guaranteed as far as any of that is concerned. I mean, my best situation would have been, to go and order an OEM, like an original manufactured part from from eBay and then pick it up and then put it in. I would feel more comfortable doing that, but unfortunately I don't have the time for that. I don't have a week, and I don't have a week. I don't have a couple of days. I don't have a week for them to ship it to me. I actually needed my car, so I took the chance, went to AutoZone, got another rebuilt starter. I mean, it looks brand new, but it's rebuilt. And unfortunately, the thing with rebuilt starters is, you guys don't know anything about them, what the process is. When they rebuild it, they don't rebuild 100% of it. They only they only fix the part that's broken. Essentially, is what they do. They fix the part that's broken, replace the part that's broken. Every other part on that starter has the same mileage of the car that it was taken out from. So you're not actually getting 100% rebuilt. You're getting like a part that was broken on it. That was the part that was put in. The rest of it is actually a starter that has whatever the mileage of the car is. So that's what the problem is with a lot of rebuilt stuff, like starters, alternators, the same, whatever it is that's rebuilt. As far as I can tell from starters and stuff like that, that's how they actually do it, which really sucks, because I believe they're gonna rebuild something. They should actually just change out most of the parts in there, or most of the important parts in there. But fortunately, that's not the case. But hope this has helped you guys out as far as your situation. I'm sure you're watching this because you guys have the same situation. And if you guys have any comments or whatever, feel free to comment. Please leave a thumbs up and please subscribe, guys. All right, take care.